Radhe Radhe, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Welcome to Shri Shri Radha Vino Bihari Mandir,
Jai Ho.
Gopinath Bhavan,
Jai Ho.
Shri Vrindavan Dham.
Jai Ho.
Shri Gurudev ki
Jai.
jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai, Patik Pavan Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Prem Purushottam Shachinandan Gaur Hari ki jai, Radha Vino Bihari Ju ki jai, Radha Ramana Ju ki jai, Giriraj Mahārāja ki jai, Harinama Sankirtana ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Shri Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. So we will begin with Mangalacharan, page 1 of this book, Shri Gauriya Giti Guccha. There are a couple slight differences from the book versus how we sing it. We sing it as we sang it for Srila Gurudev personally for so many years, how he accepted it from us. So many other prayers have been written subsequently, which are very beautiful and perhaps carry such sweet moods. But because we've been accustomed to singing the Mangalacharan that way, and we did it for our Srila Gurudev that way, we are continuing to do it that way. So it's no offense to anyone, but we're going to continue as we did for our Srila Gurudev personally. So some of the prayers might be in different orders, or there might be a couple extra prayers, or there might even be some slight variations. For example, what is that one? I think it's Divyat Vrindaranya Kalpadhrumada. Shri Shri Radha Srila Govinda Devo. Srila Prabhupada sang it like that. All of the Gaudiya Math sings it like that. All of our acharyas sing it like that. But in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita it says Śrīmad Radha Srila Govinda Devo. So sometimes there might be some slight adjustment, but if our Guru Varga are able to reconcile it for us, then we can simply follow them. Okay. Hare Krishna. So to make sure I don't have Dandava Pranama Vaishnavas. So we're going to begin Mangalacharan, page 1. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam. Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Shri Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Odarya Madhurya Gunaishta Yuktam Varam Varim चैतन्यं पुरुषं महान्तं नारायणं त्वां शिरसा नमामि त्रिदण्डिनं भक्तशिरोमणिं च श्रीकृष्णपादामृतैकहृत्यै चैतन्यलीलामृतसारसारं नारायणं त्वं सततं प्रपद्ये नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशकारिणे नमो विष्णुपादाय गौरप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमद् भक्तिप्रज्ञान केशवो इति नामिने प्रतिमद्यचरित्राय स्वश्रितानक्षपालिने जीवदुःखे सदर्हाय श्रीरामप्रेमदायिने नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती इति नामिने श्रीवर्षभारती देवी दयिताय कृपाभये कृष्णसम्बन्धविज्ञान दयिने प्रभवे नमः माधुर्योज्ज्वलप्रेमाभ्य श्रीरूपानुगभक्तिदा श्रीगौरकरुणाशक्ति विग्रहाय नमोऽस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनकालिने रूपानुगम्भिरुद्भाव सिद्धान्तध्वन्तहारिणे नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्भरसम्बोधे पदं पूजायते नमः नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगमनायते गौराविर्भावभूमे स्वं निर्देष्टा सजनप्रिय वैष्णव सर्वभौमश्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरद्विषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते लोकेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त sarvasvapadambojam radhamadanamohano divyavrindaranykalpadmadam Śrīmad Ratnākara-Sinhāsanastho Śrī Śrī Radha Śrīla Govindadeva Prishthānihi Senyamānusmarāmi Śrīmantra-sarasārambhi Vamshivadharatakastitaha Karshanvenusvadevo Gopinath Shri Sunaha Vrindaye Tulasi Devaye Priyaye Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Pradede Satyavatyai Namo Namaha Panchatattvaatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupasvarupakam Bhaktavatāram Bhaktavyam Namāmi Bhakta-shaktikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Cheto Darpanamarjanam Bhavamahādāvagni-nirvāpanam Shreya Kainava-chandrika-vivarnam Vidyamadhu Jeevanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamrita-shvadanam Sarvatma Samadam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Harer Nam Harer Nam Harer Nameva Kevalam Kalo Naske Manaske Manaskeva Gatiranyaka Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we apologize to you that Sudevi will not be singing with us today. She is with us in heart, but she's feeling some kind of exhaustion and needs to give her voice a rest so that we can go out on our next parikrama. Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya, page 32. If you do not have the songbook, then Jiva Pavana Prabhu, is he there? Yes. Dandavat Pranam to Jiva Pavana Prabhu and all Vaishnavas. He posts the bhajan in the comment section of the thread. So Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya, page 32. Gurudeva Kripa Bindu Diya Koro e dase Trinape Kayoti no Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya Koro e dase Trinape Kayoti no Sakala Sahani Maladiya Koro Nijamane Spriha Hiro Sakala Sahani Maladiya Koro Nijamane Spriha Hiro shakati dehonatho jatha jatho sakale saman gorite shakati dehonatho jatha jatho tabe to gaibo hari namo sukhe tabe to gaibo hari namo sukhe aparadha kabe hato aparadha kabe hato Gurudev kripa bindu diya korue dase rinna pekhayoti Gurudev kripa bindu diya korue dase rinna pekhayoti kabe heno kripa lobhiyaye janu kritarta hoibe nato kabe heno kripa lobhiyaye janu kritarta hoibe nato shakti buddhi hino ami oti dino shakti buddhi hino ami oti dino guru more atma sato guru more atma sato Gurudev kripa bindu diya korue dasi trinna pekhayoti dino kripa bindu diya korue dasi trinna pekhayoti dino yogyata vichare kichu nahi pai tomaro karuna saro yogyata vichare kichu nahi pai tomaro karuna saro karuna na hoile kadiyo kadiya karuna na hoile kadiyo kadiya prano na rakhibo aro prano na rakhibo aro kripa bindu diya korue dasi trinna pekhayoti hino Gurudev kripa bindu diya korue dasi trinna pekhayoti hino Gurudeva jai Gurudeva jai Gurudeva jai Gurudeva jai Gurudeva jai Gurudeva Gurudeva jai Gurudeva jai Prabhupada 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 Guru Parampara 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 Shri Gurudev ki jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai Rupan Guru Varga ki jai Shri Guru Parampara ki jai. I wonder if I can get a Tanpura sound at the same time as being able to monitor the video. Let's see. Oh, the video will feedback. No problem. Shri Vaishnava Vandana, Vrindavana Vasi Jata Vaishnaviragana, page 36. And this prayer is very beautiful by Devakinandan Das. How he's praying to all Vaishnavas everywhere, in every universe, past, present, future, and also feeling himself so lowly and so desperate, needy for mercy. Such a beautiful prayer, and for us it's extremely important that we take shelter of these kinds of prayers if we want to be able to develop that mood to attract the mercy of the Vaishnavas. Vrindavano vasi jato Vaishnavero gana Vrindavano vasi jato Vaishnavero gana Prathame vandana kori Savaro charana Pratame vandana kori Savaro charana Nila cholo vasi jato Mahaprabhur gana Nila cholo vasi jato Mahaprabhur gana Bhumite poriyavando Sabharo charana Bhumite poriyavando Sabharo charana Navadvipo vasi jato Mahaprabhur bhakta Navadvipo vasi jato Mahaprabhur bhakta Savaro charana bando hoyayanu-rakta Savaro charana bando hoyayanu-rakta Mahaprabhur bhakta jato Gaura deshe sthiti Mahaprabhur bhakta jato Gaura deshe sthiti Savaro charana bando Koriya pranati Savaro charana bando Koriya pranati Je deshe vaise Gorangero gano Je deshe সবার চরণ ঊর্ধ্ববাহু করি বন্দ সবার চরণ হইয়াছেন হইবেন প্রভুর যত দাস হইয়াছেন হইবেন প্রভুর যত দাস সবার চরণ বন্দ দন্তে করি ঘাস সবার চরণ বন্দ দন্তে করি ঘাস ব্রহ্মাণ্ড ও ব্রহ্মাণ্ড তরিতে শক্তি ধরে জনে জনে ব্রহ্মাণ্ড তরিতে শক্তি ধরে জনে জনে এ বেদ পুরাণে গুণ গায় যেবা শুনে এ বেদ পুরাণে গুণ গায় যেবা শুনে মহাপ্রভুর গণ সব পতিত পাবন মহাপ্রভুর গণ সব পতিত পাবন তাই লোভে মুই পাপী লইনু শরণ তাই লোভে মুই পাপী লইনু শরণ বন্দনা করিতে মুই কত শক্তি ধরি বন্দনা করিতে মুই কথা শক্তি ধরি কাম বুদ্ধি দোষে মুই দম্ভ মাত্র করি কাম বুদ্ধি দোষে মুই দম্ভ মাত্র করি তথাপি মুখের ভাগ্য মনের উল্লাস তথাপি মুখের ভাগ্য মনের উল্লাস দোষক্ষমী মোয় ধমে করো নিজ দাস দোষক্ষমী মোয় ধমে করো নিজ দাস সর্ববাঞ্ছা সিদ্ধি হয় যম বন্ধ ছুতে সর্ববাঞ্ছা সিদ্ধি হয় যম বন্ধ ছুতে জগতে দুর্লভ হইয়া প্রেম ধন রুতে জগতে দুর্লভ হইয়া প্রেম ধন রূপে মনের বাসনা পূর্ণ অচিরাতে হয় মনের বাসনা পূর্ণ অচিরাতে হইয়া দেবকী নন্দন দাস এলো হে কয় দেবকী নন্দন দাস এলো হে কয় জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর প্রভু কৃপা করো মোরে দয়া করো কৃপা করো মোরে দয়া করো প্রভু কৃপা করো মোরে দয়া করো কৃপা করো মোরে দয়া করো All Vaishnavas ki jai. Every day I like to sing a bhajan specifically for Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī Pad, because he is our everything, our goal, our hope, our aspiration. The goal of everything that we do is to actually maintain or attain, the mercy of the lotus feet of Śrī Rupa. Without Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī, Yang Kali Rupa Sharira Nadharata, without the mercy of Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī Pad, who would have known about anything to do with Braj Prem? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was experiencing all of it. But Rupa Goswami was the one who established what Mahaprabhu was experiencing in this world. Not only he established it, but also gave us the process how to attain it. So the goal of all of our Guru Varga, Rupanuga Guru Vargas, hopes, aspirations, service, endeavor, vrata, japa, everything, the goal of everything that they're doing is to attain even a particle of dust from the lotus feet of Śrī Rupa Gosvāmī. So we're going to sing Yang Kali Rupa Sharira Nadharata. And this might, I think, will be okay here. Page 47. Yang Kali Rupa Sharira Nadharata, Yang Kali Rupa Sharira Nadharata, Tan Braja Prema Mahanidhi Kutharita, Tan Braja Prema Mahanidhi Kutharita, Gosvāmī Pad ki jai. So, many of you know why we're going in a sequence, but what are we doing? Why are we singing in a sequence? First calling out Mangalacharan, and then praying to Gurudev, then Vaishnavas, then Rupa Goswami Pad, then Śrī Nityananda Prabhu, then Mahaprabhu, then Krishna and Srimati Radhika, and finally coming to Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Because on our own, conditioned souls tend to be very weak. We're prone to the four defects: illusion, bhram, making mistakes, pramada, imperfect senses, karanapatava, and the tendency to cheat others and ourselves, vipralipsa. So because of these four defects, if we try to approach Harinam directly, just going straight to Krishna, we might be approaching with a heart full of all kinds of material desires. And Krishna states in Bhagavad Gita, as one approaches me, I reciprocate accordingly. So those who try to go directly to Krishna, he says, those who say they are my devotees, they're not really my devotee. But who is the devotee of my devotee? They are my real devotee. And this is the process which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given to us. Gopi Bhartu, Padakamalayur, Das, Das, Anudas. And I can't remember, I think it was our Gurudev saying, the last servant of the last servant of the last servant's foot dust. Like that, with this kind of mood of utter humility and supplication. First, calling on all of those personalities, please be merciful to me. And then focusing, oh Gurudev, Kripa Bindivya, just one drop of mercy. We go to Gurudev first, why? Because he is the root of our Krishna Bhakti tree. Pratamam tu Gurum Pujam. And even Srila Gurudev said, we should not try to individually please all of the Vaishnavas. If we try, we will fail guaranteed. Because everyone's an individual. And as you are trying to please one, another one might be feeling left out. And it's just the nature of this world. So we should try to please Gurudev. And if Gurudev is pleased, then automatically everything will be rightly situated. Just like Śrīmad Bhagavatam says, Yata taror mulani shekchanena, if you water the root of the tree, automatically the entire tree is nourished. So for us, our root is Sri Guru. And of course, Guru is the transparent, Srila Prabhupada so expertly put it into English, transparent via medium. Means he has nothing to take for himself. He is that connecting point by which we are able to communicate to Krishna, and by which Krishna is able to communicate with us. Srila Gaur Govinda Mahārāja, he explained that everything Krishna wants to tell us, he says through the mouth of Sri Guru. That's why when we chant this bhajan, Sri Guru Charana Padma, there it says, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya, Chitte Te Koriya Aikya, Arna Kori Hamane Asha. The words emanating from the lotus mouth of Sri Gurudev. This I want to purify my consciousness. I have no other aspiration, no other hope than this. So, from this perspective, we're first going to Gurudev, and then under the guidance of Gurudev, calling out to all of the Vaishnavas. Because Gurudev tells us what is our hope, our aspiration, our goal. By detecting what is inside, Gurudev gives us that encouragement. Wherever you go, you should have only one prayer. Whoever can help you with that prayer, you bow your head, you show your aspiration, and you pray for that thing. When we go to Govardhan, oh Giriraj Maharaj, please don't see all of these external material desires. You know the nature of my soul. Please don't try to hear all of those other things. Please see what I'm wearing on my forehead. My tilak, I only want Radha and Krishna to be happy forever in Vrindavan. I have no other desire than this. Let me serve Shri Radha and Krishna in the Nikunjas of Vrindavan. Radha Dasyam. So from Gurudev then to Vaishnavas, praying like this. Even we approach Govardhan. More important than approaching him as Bhagavan, Krishna himself, we approach him as the gopis have told us. Antaya Madrid Avala Haridasa Bharya. the topmost servant of the Lord. Because the servant possesses within their heart something special. Krishna prem, love and affection for Krishna. And by that association, bhakta sanjataya bhakta, by bhakti, bhakti is awakened. Just as by fire, the fire which is present within wood in a dormant state, by external fire is awakened from inside. So, from this, then we go on to Śrī Nityananda Prabhu. O Nityananda Prabhu, without your mercy, I can never attain the mercy of Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is the property of Śrī Nityananda Prabhu. So we pray to Nityananda Prabhu to give his mercy. If we try to jump over his head, we will be sent home like Raghunath Das Goswami. Finally, Raghunath Das Goswami had to come to the lotus feet of Śrī Nityananda Prabhu, who placed his lotus feet upon the head of Raghunath and had him serve all of the Vaishnavas and then sent him on to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not keep him either. He gave him into the care of Śrī Dāmodara Gosvāmī, who in Krishna Lila is Lalita Sakhi. So there's a very clear indication of our goal, our hope and aspiration, following in the footsteps of Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. From there, then, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has also not come as Bhagavan for us, he has come to show us and to teach us how to serve Krishna. He's in the mood of Srimati Radhika, loving Krishna. So, that's what I asked our Srila Gurudev. Why don't we just chant Nitai Gauranga? There's no conception of aparad or offense in chanting the names Nitai Gauranga. Why don't we just chant Nitai Gauranga? Because that's capable of awakening praying. But in chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, there's so many considerations for aparad. The first offense is to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives to the propagation of the holy name of the Lord, etc., and so forth. So many different conceptions or considerations for offense. So I asked Srila Gurudev, why don't we just chant Nitai Gauranga? Because that can awaken praying. And he said, I said, so why are we chanting Hare Krishna? He said, because Mahaprabhu wants you to. And for me, that was very clear. Yes, Mahaprabhu is not saying the buck stops here. Mahaprabhu is telling Raghunath Das Goswami, Braje Radha Krishna Manasa Seva Korive, always serve Shri Radha and Krishna. Why do we sing the name of Srimati Radhika at the end, the last bhajan? After Krishna, then we sing Srimati Radhika. Then we chant Mahamantra. Why? Because Krishna himself accepts that there is something superior to him. Even in Bhagavad Gita, he says, I'm trying to remember the verse. Hold on. There's no truth superior to me. Like pearls are strung on a thread. Everything. Okay, I'm trying to remember. Anyone who knows that verse can post it. It just isn't popping up. It's the first verse I actually learned. My father taught me sitting in the car in a parking lot when I was 7 years old. But at the moment, I forgot the first word. So I'm trying to even remember the word for pearl in Sanskrit. I'm thinking mukta, but that's not the word I'm thinking of. So Krishna says there's no truth superior to me. But in Vrindavan, there is something superior to him. What is that? Prem. Divine, transcendental love and affection by which Krishna himself is helplessly and hopelessly ever controlled. And in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, what is Krishna saying there? Radhika Premer Guru Ami Shishya Nata. That Radhika is my guru of prem, of love and affection. And I am simply her dancing pupil. So Krishna himself, even though in Bhagavad Gita he's saying there's nothing superior to me, in Vrindavan, the original source of everything, even of the Krishna who spoke Bhagavad Gita, is telling there is actually something. And that is the prem of Srimati Radhika. That is my guru. And that love makes me dance in various novel ways. And finally, we come to Hare Krishna Mahamantra. First, taking shelter of all of these personalities, begging for mercy, clearing the way so that when we come to Hare Krishna Mahamantra, there might be some semblance of sincerity, purity, or at least those personalities will be guarding us, protecting us even from our own desires, and giving us some entrance into the mercy. What is Hare Krishna Mahamantra? In very simple words, our Srila Prabhupada, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedānta Swami Prabhupada said, what is the meaning of this? O Radha, O Krishna, please engage me in your service. So from here, we're going to call out, thank you so much, Jiva Pavana Prabhu. I knew it started with an M. Matta parataram nanyat kinchadasti dhananjaya mayi sarvam idam proktam sutre manigana iva. Thank you. And for sharing that, Jiva Pavana Prabhu, you get, do you want Sukriti points? I can't give you Sukriti. Burfis or samosas. As you like. So now we're going to call out for the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. We're going to sing Nitai Gunamani Amar, Nitai Gunamani, page 61. Srila Gurudev explained that the dam was blocking the prema of Mahaprabhu. And that was broken by Nityananda Prabhu giving mercy to Jagai and Madai. Although they physically struck him and he was bleeding, Mahaprabhu came with intent to kill them. Nityananda Prabhu stopped him. You have not come for this. Everyone in Kali Yuga has some demonic propensity within them. Are you going to kill everyone? Better to kill the demon within and allow the devotee to thrive. Your glories will truly be known if you can save these two. So by the petition of Nityananda Prabhu, these two, Jagai and Madai, they became pure devotees of the Lord and showed through the remainder of their life, through their service to the Vaishnavas, their sincerity, their weeping, and their taking shelter of Sri Harinam Prabhu. They were showing the glory of the prema that Mahaprabhu was giving and also the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. So this bhajan is so hopeful for us. So hopeful for us because we can look inside our own hearts and we can look at our own activities, what's going on in our own minds, and we can become very, you could say, depressed or even feeling hopeless. But when you look at this, he does not discriminate against the wretched, the lowly, the fallen, the sinful. Okay? We can look at ourselves. He doesn't discriminate. That gives me hope. And hope is our best friend, Asha. Asha bandhas samutkanta Asha. This hope is our everything. If anyone knows that verse by Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī, he's speaking about how lowly he is. And he said, yet this hope keeps me alive. Just this hope. And I can't remember something ha at the end. I can't remember the verse. But he's speaking about that hope which is burning. That thing keeps him continuing. We must always maintain this hope. Nityananda Prabhu freely offers to everyone the prema that is so rare that it is difficult for even Lord Brahma to attain. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to experience his own, for his own purpose, to experience Radha's bhavs, her moods of love and affection for Krishna, but he also subsequently is giving something. He's tasting that highest prem ras, and he's giving something to this world. He wants to awaken in this world raga marga bhakti. It means the moods of the Brajavasis' spontaneous love and affection for Krishna, especially by the medium of what Srila Rupa Goswami is giving to this world. So, Patipavan Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Nitai Guna Maya Nitai Guna Nitai Guna Maya Nitai Guna Mani Aniya Premero Vanya Bhashayo Nani Aniya Premero Vanya Bhashayo Premer Banya Loya Nitai Aila Gaura Deshe Premer Banya Loya Nitai Aila Gaura Deshe Rubilo Bhakata Gana Dinohino Bhashe Rubilo Bhakata Gana Dinohino Bhashe Dinohino Patito Pamaro Nahi Bache Dinohino Patito Pamaro Nahi Bache Brahmara Durlabha Prema Savakare Jache Brahmara Durlabha Prema Savakare Jache Abadha Karuna Sindhu Katiyamu Hano Abadha Karuna Sindhu Katiyamu Hano Ghare Ghare Bhule Prema Yamiyaro Vano Ghare Ghare Bhule Prema Amiyaro Vano Lochan Bole Moro Nitai Jevana Bhajiro Lochan Bole Moro Nitai Jevana Bhajiro Janiya Shuniya Se Atmaghati Hoilo Janiya Shuniya Se Atmaghati Hoilo Nitai Guna Maniya Nitai Guna Mani Nitai Guna Maniya Nitai Guna Mani Aniya Premero Vanya Bhashayo Aniya Premero Vanya Bhashayo Nitai पावन श्री नित्यानंद प्रभु की ki jai. Thank you for posting the lotus feet of Śrī Nityananda Prabhu. प्रभु है एमोन दूरमति संसार भितरे. Page 66. प्रभु हे मन दुर्मति संसारो भितरे परियायाछि नुयामि. प्रभु हे मन दुर्मति संसारो भितरे परियायाछि नुयामि. तव निज কোনো মহাজনে হাথাইয়া দিলে তুমি তব নিজ জন. কোনো মহাজনে হাথাইয়া দিলে তুমি এমন দুর্মতি সংসার ভিতরে পরিয়ায়াছি. संसारो भीतरे परियायाछि आमि. दया करि मोरे पतित देखिया कहिलो आमारे गिया. दया करि मोरे पतित देखिया कहिलो হে দিনজন শুনো ভালো কথা. ও হে দিনজন শুনো ভালো কথা. উলসিত হবে হিয়া. উলসিত হবে হিয়া. তোমারে তারিতে শ্রীকৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য নবদ্বীপে অবতার. তোমারে তারিতে শ্রীকৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য নবদ্বীপে অবতার. তোমাহের কত দিনহীন জনে. তোমাহের কত দিনহীন জনে করিলেন ভব পার. করিলেন ভব পার. বেদের প্রতিজ্ঞা রাখিবার তরে রুক্মবর্ণ বিপ্রসূত. বেদের প্রতিজ্ঞা রাখিবার তরে রুক্মবর্ণ বিপ্রসূত. মহাপ্রভু নামে নদিয়া মাতায়. মহাপ্রভু নামে নদিয়া মাতায়. সঙ্গে ভাই অবধূত. সঙ্গে ভাই অবধূত. নন্দ সুত জিরি চৈতন্য গোসাই নিজ নাম করিদান. নন্দ সুত জিরি চৈতন্য গোসাই নিজ নাম তারিল জগত তুমি ও জানিয়া তারিল জগত তুমি ও জানিয়া রোহনি জগরি প্রাণ রোহনি জগরি প্রাণ সে কথা শুনিয়া আসিয়াছি তোমার চরণ তলে সে কথা শুনিয়া আসিয়াছি তোমার চরণ তলে ভক্তি বিনোদ কাঁদিও কাঁদিয়া ভক্তি বিনোদ কাঁদিয়া কাঁদিয়া আপন কাহিনী বলে আপন কাহিনী বলে প্রভু হে এ মন দুর্মতি সংসার ভিতরে বহিয়াছিনু আমি প্রভু হে এ মন দুর্মতি সংসার ভিতরে বহিয়াছিনু আমি সচিনন্দন জয় গৌর হরি সচিনন্দন জয় গৌর হরি জয় সচিনন্দন জয় গৌর হরি জয় সচিনন্দন জয় গৌর হরি গৌর হে 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 प्रेम पुरुषोत्तम शचिनंदन गौर हरि की जय. Sri Ram is known as Maryada Purushottam. Purusha Uttam means the supreme personality, or Purush means also controller. But Maryada means, this is a name for Sri Ram, or a title, Maryada Purushottam, who is teaching everyone how to follow, and by his own example, he's teaching as well, Maryada. That means rules and regulations of scriptures. So Ram is very strong in terms of that. Very, very strict with following all the rules and regulations of scriptures. Krishna, on the other hand, is not teaching by his own example, at least not in Vrindavan. All of our acharyas warn us not to copy him. And he is known as Lila Purushottam, the supreme personality of manifesting so many beautiful pastimes, Leelas. So we don't copy Krishna, we just admire in astonishment his wonderful, beautiful pastimes and pray to somehow render some service and assist in those pastimes. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sachinandan Gaur Hari, is known as Prem Purushottam, the supreme personality of experiencing and awakening Prem, divine love and affection for Krishna. And he has actually come in this world for his own purpose, but also acting as Jagat Guru. So showing by his own example also how one should be if they want to attain this Prem. Not only experiencing it, Prem Ras Niryash Korite Ashvadan, but also awakening it in others. Ragamarga Bhakti Loke Korite Pracharan. So he's known as Prem Purushottam. Also, he is the combined form of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahe Anya. That the form of Sachinandan Gaurahari is no different than Radha and Krishna together. So both of them together in that one container. Otherwise, Radha Bhava Dyuti Svalitam Nomi Krishna Swarupam. Although he is Krishna himself, he is completely absorbed in the prem of Srimati Radhika to such an extent. This is Radha Bhava Dyuti. So first her bhav, her moods, completely encapsulating him to such an extent that although he is Krishna inside, experiencing those bhavs of Gaurangi, Srimati Radhika, he becomes Gauranga, golden complexion, like Srimati Radhika. So he's non-different. So also, prem is love and affection. Radha and Krishna, although they are one Atma, they have eternally separated. Radha Krishna pranaya vikritir lagini shaktir asmad pranaya vikritir, for the purpose of experiencing this prem. This is that divine transcendental love and affection between two eternal, you can call individual personalities. This prem can manifest. And again, these two have come together in one container, but that container is not exactly balanced. Inside, there's all kinds of divine transformations of ecstasy manifesting. And so when you read about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you see how his pastimes are, especially in Puri. You realize that so much transcendental experience is taking place inside. Two enormous unlimited oceans colliding inside of one container. So he is Prem Purushottam, and he is showing us how to attain that prem. So now we will call out to Shri Krishna for his mercy and grace. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande, page 343. 343. And it's a beautiful prayer by Srila Rupa Goswami Pad. Is it still going? I think so. Okay. This one is doing an old thing. I was still playing drum in that picture and it's been a while, so I'm a little concerned here if it's live. Okay. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande, Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande, Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande, Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande, Manasamadhukaram Arpaya Nijapada Pankajamakarande, Manasamadhukaram Arpaya Nijapada Pankajamakarande, Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande, Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande, Yadyapi Samadhishu Vidhirapi Pashyati Natavanakhagram Marichim, Yadyapi Samadhishu Vidhirapi Pashyati Natavanakhagram Marichim, Idam vichami visham yatavachyuta tadapi kripadhuta vichim, Idam vichami visham yatavachyuta tadapi kripadhuta vichim, Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande, Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande, Bhakti Rudanshati Yadyapi Madhav Natvai मात्रे परमेश्वरता तदपि तवाधिक दुर्गत घतन विधाते परमेश्वरता तदपि तवाधिक दुर्गत घतन विधात्री कृष्ण देव भवन्तं वन्दे कृष्णदेव भवन्तं वन्दे अयमविलोलतयाज सनातन कलिताद्भुतरसभारम् अयमविलोलतयाज सनातन कलिताद्भुतरसभारम् निवसतु नित्यमिहामृतनिन्दिनी विन्दनमधुरिमसारम् निवसतु नित्यमिहामृतनिन्दिनी विन्दनमधुरिमसारम् कृष्णदेव भवन्तं वन्दे कृष्णदेव भवन्तं वन्दे मनोमानसमधुकरम् अर्पाय निजपद पङ्कजमकरन्दे मनोमानसमधुकरम् अर्पाय निजपद पङ्कजमकरन्दे कृष्णदेव भवन्तं वन्दे कृष्णदेव भवन्तं वन्दे कृष्ण हे 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 श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय I just need to check and make sure because I need to see if we are still online. Page 342, Kalayati Nayanam. Thank you, Janardan. I couldn't see that and I can't hear it, so but it's back. Kalayati nayanam dishi dishi varitam pankajamiva mridu maruta charitam Kalayati nayanam dishi dishi varitam pankajamiva mridu maruta charitam Śrīmati Radharani ki jai. Śrīla Gurudev, we will all meet again. Dandava Pranama Vaishnavas. So, because we are still continuing with Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam, we're only on verse 2. Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam is eternal, and within eternal there is also the conception of unlimited. How Śrīla Gurudev spoke on Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam every year for 50 years at least, and all of the devotees said that every single time he was as excited as before, and it was like ever fresh, and even newer and newer revelations were manifesting. So, because of the fact that we're still going through Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam, we are going to sing Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam, Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam, page 290. And I think yesterday we did the traditional tune that we do in Gaudiya. So now we're going to sing Namamishwaram Sachit Anandarupam, like that. Yakshidrisha Kuberakmajo Bandha Murtaimaya Tvaya Mochito Bhakti Bhajo Kridocha Tatha Prema Bhakti Satam Viprayacha Namo Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam Namaste Sudam Vidhane Padiyodarayatham Vishwasya Dhamne Namo Radhikāyai Tadiya Priyaye Namo Nandalīlayo Devāya Tubhyam Namo Radhikāyai Tadiya Priyaye Namo Nandalīlayo Devāya Tubhyam Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam ki jai. Kartik extension ki jai. Except I forgot to offer the lamp, so now I'm going to do it, and then it will be burning while we are calling out for the mercy of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Somehow it's very tight. There. Sorry. Śrī Dāmodara ki jai. Radharāmaṇa ki jai. Radha Vinu Bihari ki jai. Shachinandana Gaura Hari ki jai. Shalagram Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Laddu Gopal ki jai. And the little one also. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Oh Gurudev, Gurudev, Jai Jai Gurudev, Gurudev, Jai Jai Gurudev, Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Shri Dai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Shri Gurudev ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru ki jai, Pratipal Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Prem Purushottam Shachinandana Gaura Hari ki jai, Radha Bihari Ji ki jai, Giriraj Mahārāja ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Gaura Bhaktivedānta ki jai, Shri Dai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Gurve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Namine Nama Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedānta Swāminiti Namine Vanchākalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitānaṁ Pāvanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nukam Karoti Vācālam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Ninatarinam. First of all, I offer my Dandavat Pranam thousands of times in the dust of the lotus feet of our beloved Gurudev, Nitya Lila Pravishna Vishnupad, Ashto Tarashata Shri Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja. And the same thousands of Dandavat Pranam in the dust of the lotus feet of Nitya Lila Pravishna Vishnupad, Ashto Tarashata Shri Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada, and to all of our Rupanuga, Gauriya, Guru Varga, and to all Vaishnavas past, present and future, including all of you who are present with us today, I offer my Dandavat Pranam. Radhe 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 Shyam. So now we will continue with Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam. It's a beautiful compilation from our Srila Gurudev. Of course, Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam has been manifested by the divine vision of Śrī Satyavrata Muni. It was placed in Padma Purana by Śrī Vedyas, commented on by so many of our acharyas, but specifically within this collection, there's the commentary of Śrī Sanātana Gosvāmī Pad, then the translation of his commentary by our Param Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Mahārāja with his added commentary included. And then there's the commentary on all of those commentaries by our Srila Gurudev Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja. So as we say every day, it is so many layers and depths of nectar manifesting. It is a divine treasure full of all kinds of transcendental jewels. Before entering into this treasure and examining its contents, we will pray in the dust of the lotus feet of all of these personalities in the words of Śrī Raghunath Das Goswami. Vairāga juga bhakti rasam prayatnaya apayanan mam anubhikshamandam kripam vidiriyapara dukkha Sanātanastam Prabhum Ashrayami. Begging in the dust of their lotus feet that may even a particle of their moods, which are present within these pages, manifest itself within our hearts. Dandava Pranam, all Vaishnavas. We think we're on pages 49 and 50. Let's see if my bookmark has correctly. 49. Thank you. So yesterday, I believe we read one paragraph. We will try to read more today. So many sweet pastimes of little Krishna are coming through this verse and the following verse. So just to recap, yesterday, Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja was telling us how we could attain to the transcendental loving of service of Krishna in the wake of the moods of the true Brajavasis. True Brajavasis means those whose hearts are overflowing with anurag for Krishna. Tishtan Braje tad anuragi jananugami. Not just someone who's born here or who lives here, or who eats a certain kind of foodstuff, or watches a certain kind of movie. This does not make one a true Brajabasi. Brajabasi means one who has the bhav of the eternal associates of Krishna. And so we are aspiring for even a particle of dust of their lotus feet. And when I was saying that, I'm paraphrasing the words of our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja. So he said that we should associate with those Vaishnavas, those personalities who have this mood that we are aspiring for. So the question comes, how do we know what to aspire for? When we're little, when I was little, and I know I've told it before, but I have to tell it again, because it's very essential and important in this conversation. All of the devotees at the time of Srila Prabhupada, including little myself, 2-3 years old, we knew that the goal of our Krishna consciousness movement was to become one of the Gopi Jan. It was known. That's how the devotees were able to share that. That's how the devotees knew it. They would say it. It was in the videos. Everyone knew it. And over time, that idea became a little bit less prominent. But at that time, it was known. I was 4 years old, 3.5, 4 years old, in nursery school. And some of the teachers came and they asked all of the young children there, what do you want to be when you go to Krishna Loka? And sure enough, all of the young girls said, we want to be gopis. And all the young boys said, we want to be cowherd boys. Some were like, I want to be like Hanuman. I want to be like Bhima. So they all had these moods. They wanted to be what they were in their current bodies. And this was according to their desire based on their current bodily identification. There was one very, very young, the youngest one in the entire nursery school. I don't know, probably 3. And they asked her, what do you want to be? And she said, very shyly, I want to be a flower. And that hit me quite hard at that time. I thought, oh my God, she's the only one that understands that we're not this body. In the whole group, she was the only one, the youngest in the entire group. Everyone else was going based on their own current body. And she was like, I want to be a flower. And that impressed me. So inside, I knew our goal is to be a gopi. I wouldn't say it out loud, but I knew that from my parents and from all of the devotees, that was our goal and aspiration, but I just kept it hidden. However, it's actually not about what we want to be. If it's something that I want to be, then it might not necessarily be what I am. I want to be a certain way for what reason? What is my purpose? As Srila Bhaktivedānta Mahārāja, he asked, why do you want to love Krishna? And we were giving so many different reasons, and he said, that's for you. Why do you want to love Krishna? All of the reasons we were giving, because he's awesome, because he's wonderful, because he's beautiful, because he's sweet, because of this, because of that. He said, that's a reason. He said, what if he didn't have that quality? Would you still want to love him? Why do you want to love Krishna? And then he answered his own question. Because it is your nature. Jivera swarupa hoy Krishner nitya das. It is the nature, the intrinsic, inherent nature of every jiva to love and serve Krishna in any of his forms. Eternally, we are das. And Srila Prabhupada writes in his commentaries, specifically, what is the meaning of das? Well, you say servant. What kind of service? So in his own translation of that verse in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunoy Shravanari Shuddha Chitte Korye Udoy, and his commentary on that verse, he said it is already inherent within us. It is nothing to be had from any outside source. It is only to be awakened. So how do we know? How do we know? How can we place our goal? On my own, I cannot see that. I cannot detect it. Because I'm fully engrossed in this material energy. So I will tend to do that thing which is for my own pleasure. That's our nature in this material world, struggling to try to serve and please ourselves. But what is for Krishna's pleasure? What is for his happiness? So Sri Guru comes into our lives and detects the nature of our Atma. Why? Because he's Tattvadarshi. He knows the truth. He sees the truth. And besides, he's a manifestation of Chaitya Guru, the Guru in the heart, who has been traveling with us since time without beginning. He can see everything. He knows everything of the inner nature of our Atma. And therefore, Sri Guru can give us that indication. This is your goal. This is your process to attain your goal. Now, move forward on that path to attain your goal. This is the function of Sri Guru. Even in Jaiva Dharma, in the first chapter, you see there's one Guru. And that Guru is able to nourish, because he's in Madhurya Rasa, and that Rasa which contains all of the other relationships of love and affection to Krishna. He was able to nourish one disciple who was in Sakya Ras, friendship mood, and another disciple who is in Madhurya Ras, or Gopis mood. This one Guru was able to nourish both of them. And he directed them. You are of this nature, so do your sadhana accordingly. You are of this nature, so do your sadhana accordingly. He's not making them something. Srila Gurudev said, never and never. And we have the video clip. Gurudev said, He will never make you something. He will never turn you into something that you are not. He will only awaken what is already inside. So the desire to be a cowherd boy is not bad. The desire to be a gopi is not bad, or to be in vatsalya, prem, parental love for Krishna. It's not bad. But in one sense, it's a little bit, you could say immature. Immature. I like it. And any way we approach Krishna, it's good. But if one is really sincere to move forward on the path of bhakti, Braja bhakti, Rupanuga bhakti, if they're really sincere to actually move forward, then they will need to embark on the path of bhajan. Means following the order and the direction of Sri Guru, taking that sajatiya snigdha sangha, like-minded, meaning that person who has that same intrinsic mood, which is also my inherent potential. To take shelter of that kind of person who has that, who can nourish that bhav or that mood specifically. And they must also be affectionately disposed toward us to such an extent that we will want to do anything for that person. So there will be a mood of affection, a mood of reciprocation. And by their own inspiration, by their mercy, and by their intense enthusiasm, that will also awaken that within us. This undying, burning greed, this necessity to run toward the particular goal, which is the inherent nature of my soul. And this subject was one of the main subjects of the preaching of our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja. I would be so bold as to say it was one of the main pillars of his preaching. And so our Srila Gurudev was very clear on this point from 1996 until 2010. From that time, again and again, hundreds and hundreds of times I heard him speaking on this subject. It's in his books. It is the conclusion of our Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, as confirmed by our Srila Gurudev. It is also confirmed by our Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj, our acharyas. This is how we understand what our purva acharyas have spoken. We understand through our current acharyas. I can't remember, someone posted a quote today from Srila Prabhupada. Was it Nimai Nitai? I don't know who. It was in one of these groups. And he was saying, we cannot understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on our own. We do not jump over the head of our Gurudev to the superior or to the previous Guru. We follow Guru Parampara. So what our Guru has translated to us, this is our process, not to jump over their head and then superimpose some other understanding other than what our Gurudev has given. Srila Gurudev explained that even if every other scripture were lost, if only the biography of our Param Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, remained, then nothing would be lost. And you see very clearly within that Sri Gurudev and the Swarup of the Jiva. So there our Gurudev is emphatically declaring that even if everything else were to be lost forever, nothing would be lost if that remained. And what would remain? It would be that particular conception of the eternal inherent Swarupa of the Jiva. That it is already present within, like the potentiality of any particular tree is present within its seed. And by the association, by the loving, tender care of Sri Guru, that begins to awaken. But actually, who waters it? We are supposed to water it. Mahaprabhu says, Shravana Kirtana Jare Korihe Sechan. By hearing, that means hearing the glories of Krishna from those pure devotees. That Sajatiya Snigdha, like-minded, affectionate devotees who are glorifying Krishna and by doing kirtan of that, repeating what we've heard and also chanting the holy names of the Lord. This is watering that bhakti lata, this creeper of loving devotion for Krishna, which continues to grow until perfection, firmly binds itself to the lotus feet of Krishna, and then bears the fruit of praying. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this example, and it is so beautiful and perfect in this context. So, because that concept is so essential for us as Rupanuga Das Anudas, followers in that line, it is essential to understand it as we have received it from our Guru Parampara. We should understand that Srila Bhaktivedānta Thakur studied very, very deeply the works of Srila Jiva Goswami for years. Our Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj was so well versed in Srila Jiva Goswami's conceptions, although most of the devotees were kind of discouraged from reading the Tattva Sandarbhas and all of the Sandarbhas of Jiva Goswami at the time of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Our Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj was tested, and he passed the test with flying colors. He had that qualification and that understanding. And our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Maharaj, when speaking about this particular subject of the inherent, eternal, constitutional, individual swarupa of the jiva, which is present in seed form, in potential, when he would speak about this, he would speak about all of those persons who had that conversation together. Our Param Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Dayatamara Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Jivan Janardhan Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Vicharya Yavar Maharaj. He said, you cannot even fathom the depth of, or the amazing amount of knowledge that these persons had. He said, at that time, I was so unqualified. I just wanted to be there to hear them. So I brought water and I was there fanning them so I could hear everything. And then I wrote it down. So our Srila Gurudev was there. He said their level of understanding was so deep and so high. And they were actually addressing a particular question. And it was unanimously understood. And even the devotee who asked the question appreciated their answers. And he left feeling that everything was reconciled. So I recommend that you read that particular chapter, Sri Gurudev and the Swarup of the Jiva. This would give our Gurudev and Param Gurudev so much happiness and pleasure to understand that those who have come in their line are receiving their moods and their conceptions. This is the duty of the disciple, to receive the conception of their Gurudev, those moods. So Gurudev said, with one's life and soul, the disciple should serve them and endeavor to purchase their mood. Purchase their mood means by anyhow, somehow or other, your mood, your bhavs of love and affection for Krishna, and your conceptions in terms of tattva, siddhanta, and everything, these should manifest in my heart. And these moods can only be attained, how? When one hankers for the same relationship that these great receite devotees have with their Swamini, Śrīmati Radhika, and with her companions. And when he hankers to have the same deep possessiveness for her and the same intense inclination to serve her, then he can attain these moods. Only then can one truly serve such receite personalities, and then is one's life successful. So until that point when we are actually perfect, there will be some, you could say, potentiality for flaw in our endeavor. So our service may not be 100% pure, and we should accept that at this point, I don't have much qualification, if any. All of our acharyas in their prayers are feeling so unqualified. I don't have anything. Jogata vichare kichunahipai. I don't have any good intelligence. I don't have any good qualities There's nothing about me. Your mercy is everything to me. So they pray like this. They feel like this about themselves. What to speak of us? And yet, there are certain things that we can do to endear ourselves to our Gurudev and our Guru Varga. Like Srila Gurudev, he told to, I believe it was Bhaktivedānta Padmanabha Mahārāja, you cannot repay me in millions of lifetimes for what I have given you. Millions of lifetimes. He said, but there is one thing you can do. Whoever you meet, you share with them these teachings, these conceptions. Wherever you go, you share this message of our Guru Varga. This is something you can do to try to repay me. And for us, we're like children when it comes to them. We don't know anything. We're babies. Our teeth haven't even come in yet. And anyhow, if we make that endeavor, like Gurudev told Sudevi, sometimes the father likes to hear the baby say, goo goo gaga. So making that endeavor, maybe we don't have any qualification, but if we simply try, Gurudev said, to try is bhakti. So just making that endeavor, maybe I have no qualification, but I'm making the endeavor. Srila Gurudev explained that if anyone is always with me, always serving, traveling with me, serving and assisting in so many ways, he said, for sure my mercy is flowing to them, for certain. But if anyone is very far away, and even they don't have any good association around them, but yet they're making that endeavor, they're struggling, they're trying. He said, what to speak of my mercy being with them? My heart melts and runs to them. So maybe we don't have any qualification, but still, if we make that sincere, earnest, hard endeavor like Mother Yashoda made, by that, Krishna's mercy had to take over, and by that he was bound. So Gurudev is also like that. If we make that hard endeavor, even in the face of all obstacles, especially in the face of all difficulty, and we are struggling and trying, Gurudev will come. So I'll tell you one quick story, and then we will continue with this reading. Once we were in Holland, I think it was, there was one young lady, and Gurudev left the entire group of devotees to go and see her. All of them were there around him, and this was just after his class. He left and walked right up to her, and he said, every day I am coming. Every day I am coming and hearing your sweet kirtan. Every day I am hearing. And he lifted his hand up like this, blessed her, and then he turned and walked away. And she was just weeping and weeping. And she told Sudevi afterwards, Sudevi asked her, what was that about? And she said, I never told anyone this. I never told Gurudev or anyone. She said, every day as part of my own daily practice, I would put a pillow in front of me, and I would put a glass of water. I would call Gurudev by mantra, please come and be here. And I would put a glass of water. She said, I wouldn't put a picture or anything. Just ask him by my heart, please come and be here. And she said, I would open up my songbook, maybe not an older version, but the songbook. And she said, I would read select bhajans and just sing them for him. And then at the end, when I was done, I would say, okay, you can go back to whatever you were doing. I would offer my pranam and then put everything away. She said, I've been doing this for years, every single day. And Gurudev just walked up to her out of the blue and said, every day I am coming and hearing your sweet kirtan. Every day I am coming. So we should not underestimate the potency of our acharyas. Those personalities are not someone who is born and die like us in this material world. They are transcendental and they are eternal, and they have come out of causeless mercy for us. And if we are sincere and we call out to them with desperation, if we are really sincere and trying, they will hear those prayers and they can also reciprocate with them. Srila Gurudev explained this in so many different places, but he explained it that they will reciprocate. He said that he also calls out to Rupa Goswami and to our acharyas, and they can reciprocate. So if we have that kind of faith and we are sincere in crying out, then Krishna's mercy in the form of these divine personalities can hear. And this is confirmed by Śrī Raghunath Goswami, who said that we should call out loudly to the generals, the great generals. Swarupam Shri Rupam Sahagana Tasyagrajamapi. Calling out to those great generals. This means our Goswamis. He was saying, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Śrī Dāmodara Gosvāmī, but we can call to our Guru Varga, all the way up to the Goswamis as well. Why not? Calling for their mercy, especially when we're being attacked by lust, anger, greed, madness, envy, pride, all of these things that are attacking us, trying to plunder our wealth, taking our mind, our attention, our hearts, everything, our time away from Krishna Bhakti. At that time, we can realize that I'm not strong enough on my own and loudly call out to those personalities. Please help me. I'm so weak on my own. I need your mercy. Crying out to those personalities. They are bound to hear and they will help, either directly or they will send help one way or another. We should have this strong faith. What is what mantra? Janardhan Prabhu, he said, what's that mantra? Okay. So once we become like them, then we will be able to actually properly, fully serve them when we are completely pure and transcendental. Until that time, they are so merciful that they will accept us despite our disqualifications because they understand our potential and they will try to bring us to our full state of perfection, which is actually always ever increasing. So now, the mantra to call Gurudev, Guru Mantra and Guru Gayatri. They are the sound form, sound vibration, non-different from Shri Guru. If you desperately call with those Guru Mantra and Guru Gayatri, Gurudev has placed himself in our heart by the medium of that mantra. We can call Gurudev. And the other one that I was mentioning is in Manashiksha by Śrī Raghunath Goswami. He says when these dacoits, lust, anger, greed, madness, envy, pride, are attacking us on the open road. Right? Imagine walking down a dark road at night by yourself and you have so much wealth on you, and then all these robbers come and just attack you, beat you, and plunder your wealth. What is our wealth? Our wealth is our nishtha, our conviction, our hearts, our love, affection, our time, our attention, our tears. Those things are our wealth. And those lust, anger, greed, madness, envy, pride, etc., they will attack and try to take all of that for themselves. So at that point, we can understand that we're very weak. We have to call out for somebody more powerful than us and more powerful than them to help us. That is our Guru Varga. So, Nanda Baba came running after he heard the deafening crash made when the massive Arjuna trees fell. Mother Yashoda, hearing those trees, became completely stunned. She was thinking the worst. What have I done? What have I done to my son? She was frozen in fear. What have I done? Nanda Baba went running. What happened? He saw Kanhaiya still tied up, standing between the fallen trees. Nanda Baba was shaken. to see Krishna standing so close to the fallen trees and thought, today Sri Nārāyaṇa has given us so much protection. What would have happened if Kanhaiya had been underneath these trees when they fell? So Vatsalya Prem, this very strong possessive mood and protective mood, is manifesting in his heart. Oh, Mother Yashoda also came running, but when she saw the horrible scene, these trees had collapsed. Mind you, they were massive, massive trees. She entered into shock. Aghast, she thought, alas, what has happened? Nanda Baba asked the children, how did this happen? In their broken language, mind you, they were very young, 2.5, like this. Krishna was only 2.5 also. And his friends were all around the same age. So what could they speak? Not much. In their broken language, the children explained, Baba, as soon as Kanhaiya pulled the grinding mortar against the 2 trees, they fell over and 2 very beautiful people came out. They looked like demigods. They folded their hands and offered prayers to Kanhaiya. Then they circumambulated him and went north. But Nanda Baba was not convinced. He took Krishna on his lap. Mind you, because Nanda Baba has Vatsalya Prem for Krishna, and at that moment his Vatsalya Prem, his possessive mood, his mamata and everything had increased by thousands of times, feeling that protective mood toward Krishna, he was able to unbind Krishna. But the cowherd boys could not do so. Nanda Baba was able to do so because he had that Vatsalya Prem. So these boys told him this story, but it sounded like, what do they say, from the mouths of babes. You know, little kids making some story up, as little kids sometimes do. He wasn't convinced. He took Krishna on his lap. Krishna had been keeping silent until now. But as soon as he sat on his father's lap, he burst into tears and began to wail. Just before, he was playing with his friends. They was pulling it, the trees fell down, there was a whole thing with demigods and everything, and Krishna was giving them bhav bhakti. These cowherd boys are witnessing all of this and trying to make sense of it. And then, being put on the lap of Nanda Baba, Krishna realized, or maybe forgot, the previous thing and realized his predicament, how his mother had bound him and tied him up and put him into such danger as a young child would do. You know, when there's danger, maybe they're okay, but then when the mother comes nearby or the father, then, wah, like that, Krishna began to weep and wail loudly. And tears burst forth from his eyes. When Nanda Baba and the cowherd boys saw Krishna crying, tears also started streaming from their own eyes. So it was contagious. When they saw and they realized, what's going on? Oh, Krishna's crying, and they're all crying with him. Nanda Baba pacified his darling son and untied the knot. The knot that bound Krishna was factually made of Vatsalya Ras, not rope. In Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam, this verse 2 specifically, which I didn't repeat before we began. Rudanta muhur netra yugmam rijantam karam bhojayugmena shatam kanetram muhu shvasakam patrirekam kakanta stitagraivam damodaram bhaktivadham namamishwaram sachidanandarupam lasatkundalam gokule brajamanam. So here it says, Damodaram Bhakti Badham. that Krishna is known as Damodara. Damodara means whose waist or belly was bound. How? Bhakti badham. Bound by loving devotion. Bound by the ropes of Mother Yashoda's Vatsalya prem. No rope can bind him, but pure love can bind him. And that pure love is in the form of that rope by which Mother Yashoda was able to bind him. Today I forgot to offer the lamp beforehand, and I also forgot to chant the Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam verse 2, so pardon me for that. So the knot that bound Krishna was factually made of Vatsalya rasa, not rope. Consequently, only his associates in Vatsalya rasa or Madhur rasa, conjugal love, so only Krishna's associates in Vatsalya, means parental affection for him, or in conjugal love, Madhurya rasa, which contains within it the maximum of Vatsalya prem, only they had the power to untie such a knot. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita goes through all of these different levels, and it explains verse after verse that the maximum of Shantaras is contained within Dasya. The maximum of Dasya is contained within Sakya. The maximum of Sakya is contained within Vatsalya. And the maximum of Vatsalya is contained within Madhurya. In other words, anyone in Madhurya ras can nourish anyone in all other rasas. Anyone in Vatsalya ras can nourish Vatsalya ras and any of the other ones. But they cannot nourish Madhurya, not fully. Anyone in Sakya ras can nourish Sakya or Dasya or Shanta, but they cannot fully nourish Vatsalya or Madhurya, and so forth. So you can see it like a progression. They're all perfect in their own right, and yet Madhurya contains the maximum of Vatsalya. Vatsalya contains within it the maximum of Sakya. Sakya within it contains the maximum of Dasya. So in Madhurya, everything is contained, and the topmost within Madhurya, this is only Rishabhananandini Śrī Radha Thakurani. Rishabhananandini Śrīmati Radharani ki jai. So she can nourish everyone. She is the medium by which all love and affection is transmitted to Krishna. That is Hladini Shakti. Krishna's friends in Sakyaras and his servants in Dasyaras, or those situated in a passive or neutral relationship with him in Shantaras, could not have untied the knot tied by Mother Yashoda. Even within Vatsalya ras, there is gradation. The love of Mother Yashoda, who actually bound Krishna, is superior to the love of Nanda Baba, who released him. One second. I'm a little bit dehydrated. Yeah. So her love is superior to his love. And yet he untied it. So Gurudev is going to explain it here. When Mother Yashoda saw what had happened to her Kanhaiya, she could not move. She simply stood there like a statue. She could not even cry. She was in shock. She was thinking, what have I done? What have I done? What if these would have crushed my son? These trees, these massive trees, what have I done? She could not even cry. Nanda Baba made Kanhaiya a little peaceful and then gave him a sweet laddu from his cloth bag. Kanhaiya, he asked, tell me, Who tied you up? Mother, Kanhaiya replied. Becoming silent, Nanda Baba then resolved to punish her with the greatest punishment a loved one can give. Does anyone know what the greatest punishment a loved one can give is? For the entire remainder of the day, Nanda Baba did not speak a single word to her. For the entire remainder of the day. In a grave mood, he took Krishna and Balaram in his arms and went to bathe in Brahmanda Ghat. After everyone had bathed, he returned with them to the Goshala, which is where they keep all of the cows, the grand shelter for the cows. Meanwhile, Mother Yashoda had become as dry and lifeless as a piece of dry wood. When Nanda Baba's not speaking to her, Krishna said it was her, and which is true, but she was completely devastated inside. In the Goshala, Nanda Baba filled Krishna's and Balaram's bellies by giving them rock candy and squirting milk into their mouths directly from the cow's udders. When they came home, Mother Rohini served them the food she had prepared, and Nanda Baba silently fed the children. So Nanda Baba was still quiet, silently fed them. After they had finished, he took some himself. Then they returned to the Goshala. In the evening, Upananda's wife came to Nanda Baba along with Mother Rohini and the other older ladies of Braj. Mother Rohini told Balaram, "Go now and bring Krishna." So she told Balaram to go and bring Krishna. That day, however, Krishna had given Balaram such a push that he fell quite far backward. Did you know that? So when Balaram went to go get him, Krishna didn't want to go with him. Finally, Upananda's wife and Mother Rohini spoke to Kanhaiya. "Look, Kanhaiya," they said, "your mother is crying so much. Go to her." When Srila Gurudev would be telling this pastime at this point, his eyes would be welling up with tears, and his heart would be crashing again and again with so much emotion, remembering the moods of the Brajavasis and this mood of desperation. It was amazing to witness, sitting there watching Gurudev as tears were pouring from his eyes, and you could see his chest was heaving as he was weeping, remembering these pastimes. He would be wiping his tears and continuing to speak more and more tears would be coming as he was remembering these beautiful, sweet, and also there's something sweet about it, but also very sad. Mother Yashoda's heart is broken, and Nanda Baba's not speaking with her, and they told Krishna, "Look, your mother is crying so much, go to her." "No, I will not go," he answered. "Then come to me," Rohini said. But Kanhaiya answered strongly, "No, I won't go near you. When mother was tying me up, I called out to you so loudly, but you did not come. I won't even go near you." Mother Rohini said, "With whom will you eat?" "With father," he answered. "With whom will you play?" "With Dabhaya, my big brother, Balaram." "But with whom will you sleep?" Krishna said, "With father." Rohini said, "Until now you have always slept next to your mother, but today you will sleep by your father? Your mother is crying for you." Then Nanda Baba said to Krishna, "Should I beat your mother?" Upon hearing these words, Kanhaiya stopped his father's raised hand in answer. Krishna held his hand like this. Then Rohini said, and if mother suddenly, Gurudev would do this, like this. That means we're to depart from this world. If mother suddenly, then, as soon as Krishna heard this, he burst into loud sobs and ran into Mother Rohini's lap. She brought him to Mother Yashoda, and when she placed him on Yashoda's lap, Yashoda began to weep loudly. Sri Krishna also cried. Nanda Baba's heart melted and he began to cry. Rohini and all the other residents of Braj who were gathered there also began to cry. Weeping filled the entire atmosphere. Finally, the respected elders of Braj pacified everyone. Srila Gurudev, at this point, he would be weeping and so many devotees would be weeping, watching him weep. In this way, Krishna was weeping when he heard what would happen. What would you do if your mother were to suddenly disappear? Krishna began to weep loudly and ran to Rohini. She brought him to Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda was weeping, crying out loud. Everyone was weeping. And this brought about such a beautiful, sweet meeting after this tension of separation, of these pastimes of Krishna. Through all of these different experiences, there's such a pull of the heart. That place where separation is creates such a tension that when that meeting comes, it is so sweet that all were weeping. Finally, the respected elders of Braj pacified everyone. That night, when it was time for dinner, Nanda Baba told Kanhaiya, go and bring your mother to me. Sri Krishna immediately went and caught hold of his mother's veil, and although she hesitated to go, Krishna brought her to Nanda Baba. Nanda Baba had not spoken with her all day, but he told Krishna, you bring her to me. So she was hesitant, but anyhow, Krishna brought her, holding on to her veil. He brought her to Nanda Baba. She served dinner to everyone, and they all took their meal with great joy. Thereafter, Mother Yashoda took Sri Krishna up in her arms and went to her bedroom. Thus ends the Digdarshini Vritti on the second verse. So, Srila Gurudev, in his pranam mantra, Shri Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Odarya Madhurya Gunashcha Yuktam Parambarenyam Purusham Mahantam Nārāyaṇam Shirashan Namami. He's expert in relishing and speaking about Krishna's pastimes. This is his life and soul. And even if Gurudev would give class and speak so much Tattva Gyan and Tattva Siddhant for many days, he would say all will be useless if we do not speak about the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan. And so he would always bring it to that. Madhurena samarpayet, all is well that ends sweetly. He didn't ever like to leave it in a state of intense, desperate separation either. Otherwise, any pure Vaishnava might be cast into an ocean of this Vipralamba separation mood. And for them, you have to pull them out. It was Rupa Goswami who had written, I believe it was Lalit Madhav. And Raghunath Das Goswami had read it. And when he was reading it, he began to weep so loudly and so intensely that his tears were just falling all over the pages and the ink was spreading and everything. And he could not be consoled. So immediately Rupa Goswami composed from his divine darshan, Dan Keli Kaumudi. In that book, it's not a book, it's divine revelation, in that so many beautiful, sweet, fun pastimes of Krishna are taking place. Like Mukta Charita, the story of the pearls, the Leela of the pearls, which you can read about at another time. And so many sweet, happy pastimes were taking place. And then he gave that to Raghunath Das Goswami to read. And by that, Raghunath Das Goswami was brought out of that intense mood, the waves of separation crashing one after another. And so Srila Gurudev would always end any kirtan. He would bring us up to a high point. He had a certain signal whenever I would see it. He would do it for me and Krishna Das or anyone who was leading. He would be like this. So he wanted us to bring it from whatever tune. If we were singing the Australia Hare Krishna tune, Hare Krishna. But then he would want us to come up at the end. Vidai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. He would always end by speaking about the sweet pastimes of Krishna. And Śrīmad Bhagavatam confirms, Dharma Svanushtitapam San Vishvakshena Katasya Notpadeya Yariritim Shrama Eva Hi Kevalam. All of the activities, all of the endeavors that one makes, and Gurudev said, even in the path or on the path of bhakti, if it does not somehow or other create within our hearts a greed or rati, an attraction for hearing the sweet pastimes of Krishna, Vishvaksena Kata, the sweet pastimes of Krishna, then Shrama Eva Hi Kevalam, then it is considered hard, useless labor. So our chanting should bring that about. Our reading should bring about that attraction for hearing these glories of Krishna. Vishvakshena Kata, our worshipping of Thakurji, our associating with Vaishnavas, our worshipping of Shalagram, Shila, and Giriraj, it should bring about an attraction for hearing this Harikatha. And when you arrive in transcendental Vrindavan, we should have an endless hope that one day for sure it will happen, because Sri Guru has assured me of such. According to this verse, Nama Shrishtham Manuapi Sachi Putramatra Surupam Rupam Tasyagrajamurupurim Mathurim Goshtavatim Radha Kundam Giriparamaho Radhika Madhavasham Prapto Yasya Pritita Kripaya Shri Gurum Tangnatosmi. So, Radhika Madhavasham, that he has assured me of attaining to the service of the lotus feet of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. So we should have an endless hope for this. When we arrive there, what's going on? All the Brajabasis are gossiping with one another. At Nanda Baitan, Nanda Baba and the elder cowherd men are sitting there discussing all the sweet babyhood pastimes of Krishna. Mother Yashoda and all of her friends are discussing Krishna's sweet pastimes. The gopis, the cowherd boys, the gopis are gossiping with one another about Krishna and his sweet pastimes. The cowherd boys as well. All are speaking about and remembering and glorifying Krishna's pastimes and his beautiful names and his forms and his qualities. And as Srila Gurudev would undoubtedly always remember and have us remember, they're all chanting the sweet names of Krishna. Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. They are all remembering Krishna's pastimes and discussing them with one another. So this will be part of our intrinsic nature. It is the nature of all souls to remember Krishna's names, forms, qualities, and pastimes and glorify them. So he tells us to start from now. Manmana, absorb your mind always in thinking of me. Remember my names, forms, qualities, pastimes. That's where I am present. That's where I am. And so Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedānta, Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja, he wanted to bring our focus, all of our Guru Varga wanted to bring our focus to remembering these sweet pastimes of Krishna and the moods of love and affection that Krishna's eternal associates have with Krishna. By remembering that, by gossiping about that, that is the way to take our minds and our hearts and our focus off of all the mundane things of this world. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada said in this context, because they were doing a daily newspaper, Gaudiya Math was putting out a daily newspaper, Dainik Nadia Prakash, and then they were doing weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly, I think, something like that. And he had a conversation with someone, and that person was like, do you have enough information to put something out every day? And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada was a bit surprised by that. What are you talking about? This material world, the entire material creation, in all of its universes and everything, is considered a mere quarter of the entire creation. And that transcendental realm is considered unlimited. So what to speak of every day? Every minute, every second, we can publish a new newspaper because there's unlimited, eternal, transcendental pastimes constantly manifesting within the spiritual world, the spiritual or transcendental realm. So every moment, every second, we can publish a new newspaper. And really, this is now possible for all of us, that we can share the teachings of our Gurudev and our Guru Varga at every moment. If once a day, every devotee who is watching right now, or every devotee who will watch it over this next day or so, or 2 days, if once a day you just find some inspirational quote of our acharyas, anything that is inspiring for ourselves, what touches my heart, what inspires me on the path of bhakti, and we share that. We have the capacity at every moment and every second. Thousands and thousands of devotees can flood social media with Krishna. And that is the recipe for getting rid of all of the anarthas in the heart. Hridrogam ashvapahinotya chirena dhira. Everything in this material world, all problems, everything is based on lust, the desire to be the enjoyer, the desire to control and lord it over the material energy. And it's all consuming. Krishna calls it all devouring. It is lust only. And that means through all medium of all of our senses, the desire to be the enjoyer, the center. If we put Krishna in the center and share Krishna with everyone, who knows who will be touched by it? One devotee recently said that there was, where were we? We were at Radha Kund, and we were offering the names, and they were trying to get their mother to somehow participate, and their mother wasn't showing, or maybe wasn't recognizing, but at that moment they sent their names in, and we read their names as we were praying at Radha Kund. And just by that, not only was their mother's heart touched, but they were touched. And she said even her dog was watching. So you never know. Prahlad Maharaj said, everyone is searching for their dearmost friend. And there's only one dearmost friend of all souls, and that's Krishna. Everyone else, they come and go, according to Bhagavatam, like straws in a raging river. Sometimes the straws come together, and you're best friends, and then again separate. Oh, according to karma, souls are coming together and moving apart, coming together again, moving apart, lifetime after lifetime. But there's one eternal, supreme friend, Suhridam Sarvabhutanam. This is the supreme friend, that is Krishna. And somehow or other, we don't know. It might be one word, one sentence, one thing. Something might grab someone. Just like that. It is like the hook, the fish hook that will pull that jiva from this material world and attract them toward Krishna. So we don't know, we don't have the capacity to know what's in someone's heart, how desperate they are. They've been burned by the material world since time without beginning. Their heart has been smashed again and again and disappointed, and everyone is searching for that one true, eternal, transcendental, pure, never-ending, truth, honest, loving friend, and that is Krishna. So somehow or other, we can be instrumental in sharing Krishna to those persons. This will be a great cause of happiness and pleasure to our Guru Varga, and if they are feeling happy and pleased with even any small endeavor that we make, then we can become, we can receive their merciful sidelong glance. What more could we ask than that? By that, so much mercy will come to our hearts. We will develop so much bhakti sukriti that we will be able to retain, digest, and move forward rapidly on the path of bhakti. So, now it's time. We will continue with verse 3. I don't know where we're going to continue from tomorrow, but we will continue starting on verse 3. And, oh, yes, I heard that Jiva Pavana Prabhu may not be attending tomorrow due to other obligations. So, he'll be back the next day. Okay. So, Śrīla Gurudev ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Rupana Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai, Pati Pavan Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Shachinandan Gaura Hari ki jai, Radha Vino Bihari Ju ki jai, Giriraj Mahārāja ki jai, Harinam Sankirtana ki jai.
I think you can ask for Mangalata too.
Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bo. So I'm requesting, if Jiva Pavana Prabhu won't be there tomorrow, if Lamangalata can post the bhajans, we would appreciate it. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Gaura Hari, Hari 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 Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol Shri Gurudev Ki Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Kripa
Sorry.
Ki Jai Prabhupada Shri Nityananda Ki Jai Prem Purushottam Shri Nandana Gaur Hari Ki Jai Radha Vinodihari Ki Jai Giriraj Mahārāja Ki Jai Hare Krishna Mahamantra Ki Jai Gaur Bhaktivedānta Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Dandavat Manjulari Manjali Govinda Namo Dharmaveti Govinda Namo Dharmaveti Govinda Namo Dharmaveti Govinda Namo Dharmaveti Bolo Radhe 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 Jai 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 Shri Radhe 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 Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai 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 Shri Radhe Jai Jai Shri Radhe Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. I was just looked down for a second and I just saw that after Sudevi showed Thakurji, then she showed me and I was thinking, what a bummer. But then she shows them again, so everything is good. So thank you all very much for giving us the opportunity to remember the beautiful teachings of our Gurudev and our Guru Varga. And also especially we are grateful to and indebted to each and every one of you for giving us the opportunity to do our Guru Seva. Srila Gurudev ordered us many years ago that even after he's no longer physically present here, that we continue to travel the world and preach his mission and inspire on his behalf. And so you're giving us that opportunity. So for that, we are very indebted to all of you. We look forward to being with you tomorrow. What's so funny?
Nothing. I just like seeing you up close.
Okay, so Devi's got the biggest smile on her. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, dear
Hare
Vaishnavas.
Krishna. Radhe
Radhe Radhe.
Radha Vinodihari Ki
Jai.
Jai. Nandana Gaur Hari
Ki
Ki
Jai.
Jai.
And the baby in his
Oh
onesie.
yeah, check out that onesie.
See, this is one of them.
He has two onesies.
He has two onesies and then
Who
one,
made that?
I think Divya or Shamapriya maybe. That's his onesie. And then he's got one with little feet. I'll put that on next time. All right, I'll be there tomorrow. Haribol.
Radhe 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 Radhe
Radhe Sham.